Hey guys, this is Minky Man here. I'm gonna try again to do a review of my Smith & Wesson SD40 VE. Tried before and had it in full HD on the video, and it was like a 3 gigabyte file, and I couldn't really transfer or upload it. So we'll try it again. Got a little eye candy here on the table for while we're reviewing. This is the ZT-0200 ST. Had this knife a while, trying to get rid of it now. I don't really carry it much anymore. Great knife. The other one is the Benchmade Contigo, and I absolutely love this knife. As you can see, it's been in my pocket. It's got pocket lint all over it. Incredible knife there. But what we're concentrating on today is the Smith & Wesson SD40 VE, which I have bought as my concealed carry gun, my personal defense gun, my pretty much do anything gun right now. So I was on a budget. I'm a college kid. Well, not a kid, but I'm a college guy, so I'm on a budget, and this gun came in, retail is $380, I believe, $379, something like that. I found it at my local gun shop for $350. I've seen it as low as $299, I believe, at Academy Sports. Extremely affordable gun. Basically same design as a Glock. The holster is just a cheap $30 Quest holster. It's generic 945 holster. Also works for 40s, obviously. This is a 40. This gun also comes in the SD9 VE, the 9mm version. This holster is supposed to be tuckable, I guess. That's what that's for, but I don't know if you really want this much sticking up above your belt or whatever, but, you know, it's there if you need it. Holster works for now. Eventually I'll end up getting a crossbreed or something. Here is the Smith & Wesson SD40 VE. I just saw a review posted earlier by Hickok45. It was actually just uploaded today, I believe. He had some great shooting vids with it. I don't have time or am able to do it right now. I don't have enough ammo, really. The ammo I've got I'm keeping for myself for defense. Right now I've got about a little over 200 rounds through the gun and not had a single malfunction, not one. It is an incredible gun, I will have to say that. I've read some reviews that said it's basically the equivalent of a Glock, except, you know, it's a couple $100 cheaper. So you can't really beat that if I can get to focus here. There we go. Capable of firing with magazine removed. Let's see. I've completely lost my train of thought here. Starting at the front, very accurate, nicely rounded out here, as you can see. Some of the guns I've seen, even some guns that are, you know, twice this price, I've seen it on the slide. This hole where the barrel goes through is rounded out in it's more like an ellipse than a circle, and it goes all the way basically to the top of the slide. And it just doesn't look well made to me by any means. This gun, everything on it is well made. They did have to cut corners, obviously, to get the gun at this price range, and I can point out some of the ways they did. Compared to the M&P, nothing is ambidextrous. There's no safety on this, no external safety. And the magazine release is not ambidextrous. It's right here for your thumb. It's reversible on the M&Ps. On this one, it is not. This gun is the replacement for the Sigma series and the SD series, which both preceded this. They kind of combine the best features of both into one gun, and it is quite an incredible gun. I will say I like it a lot. Compared to the M&P, the trigger on the M&P is definitely better. This one has a pretty good trigger. It's not the best, but I mean it's decent. You can see where it breaks. You know, it's a clean break. See, reset is right there. Full out is right there. Come on, focus. I mean, reset's basically all the way out. It's a good clean trigger though. I mean, it's a clean break. A little bit over travel, not much. Overall, it's not bad. Once you get used to it, you can shoot it pretty accurately. I was able to get really good groups with it first time I had it. So a decent trigger. Go over some of the features. Stainless steel slide. I think I'd seen a video or two where they said this was a chrome plated slide or something. It's not. It's just a naturally finished stainless steel slide. The older model, the regular SD40 without the VE, was the same basic stainless slide with a melanite coating, which in my opinion was kind of pointless because I don't know why you would coat a stainless slide, but unless you just wanted it all black. But cut that out. That cuts part of the cost. So that's one way they cut the cost. Another way is this cheap stamped steel slide lock, which is very cheap. I have had trouble with it in this holster getting caught on this little flapper on this right here, so I had to super glue it down. That is cheap, but you know, in my opinion, it's not a huge deal. It works. Not a huge deal. The polymer frame is great. I don't know if it's Zytel or not. Their website just specifies polymer. feels a lot like Zytel to me. I've got a lot of stuff that is Zytel, and I know that's the frame on the M&Ps is made out of Zytel, and it's basically a really high performance polymer made by DuPont. It's good stuff. I like it. Either way, I like the frame on this. The grip is great. It feels extremely comfortable in the hand. Very good to grip. Easy to draw from the holster. It's quite easy to carry. I think the gun weighs, I think it's 23 ounces, and I believe that's with an unloaded clip. I'm not sure. Believe this clip is loaded. Only got 13 in it. Holds 14. Smith & Wesson's known for good clips. I mean, good magazines. Sorry, not clips. I don't know why I said that. It's been a rough day. But Smith & Wesson's known for the good magazines, and these are no different. They're obviously not as good as the M&P magazines, but they function perfectly fine in all that I've had. This is some Remington self-defense ammo here. But the ergonomics on the gun are great. The gun, has you got forward slide serration. Some people don't like those. I really don't care. I think they make it look good too. And you also have mounted utility if you ever need it. Most people won't use it, but if you do, it's there. Most people just do this, all in all, it's a good gun all around. Front sight is metal. I think on the old SDs they gave you a night sight. This one's not. It's just a white dot sight, but it's metal. Rear sight is polymer. I don't like the polymer rear sight just because, like I said, it is polymer. But at the same time, I'm not a huge person that knows a lot about Glocks, but I do believe a lot of Glocks come with polymer rear sights. I mean, with polymer sights, period. So I guess that's not really a bad idea. I mean, a bad thing. But either way, I will probably in the future try to switch it out with an M&P sight. They do have the same sights, or dovetails as an M&P, so you can use Smith & Wesson's M&P sights, or you can get sights for them from like True Glow or something like that if you want night sights or tritium sights. Sights aren't bad, but this is one of the other reasons. The stamped steel is one of the places I was talking about where they did cut corners, obviously. The other is the polymer rear sight and the lack of a night sight in the front. This is the 40 cal, like I've said. Let's see. I'm just kind of rambling. Sorry, guys. Like I said, the ergonomics are good. They do have these little indentations on both sides of the gun, which is good, great for finger placement. When your finger's not on the trigger, you can put it there. If you hold it in a thumb's forward grip, put your thumb there. It works great. It's kind of hard to line the sights up in a camera, but just in case you can see, you got a good sight picture. It's not bad. But your thumb works great there in a thumb's forward grip. So, not too bad, actually. You do have your Picatinny rail here, which I find a kind of cool accessory. I'd rather have one and not need it than need it and not have it. If you've ever seen one of these field strip, it's exactly like a Glock. And on the inside, what you do is you just pull back the slide a little bit and grab those and pull the little tabs down. Slide this off. You got your frame, guide rod and spring, and barrel. So that's what you got. Field strip is the exact same as a Glock. This gun's super reliable. When I was shooting it, like I said, if I got a couple hundred rounds through it, first or second time I was shooting it, I don't remember. Dropped it a couple times. It fell out of what I was holding it in, I think, or something. And dropped in the mud a couple times. Slide was covered in mud. Got some done in the chamber and everything, and it functioned flawlessly. So I wouldn't hesitate to say it's, every bit as reliable, if not more reliable, than the Glock. Everything in here looks to be very well made. Trigger bar is nice and thick. Everything seems to be well made. Frame is polymer. The rails are steel, which is good. I saw somebody saying in a review that they're glad the rails are steel and not polymer, and I, as an engineer, I would just cringe at the thought of having a steel slide sliding on a piece of polymer, because polymer is going to abrade really quickly, and it's also going to be nowhere near as strong as a steel, so it might break quite easily. So I don't know why you would do anything but the way they've done it here, but apparently some people have on other guns. But the steel, the rails here are embedded into the polymer. They're not going anywhere. They're made into the frame, molded in. Everything functions great down here. Everything should be clean. I cleaned it after the last time. I always do. But nothing in here looks cheap. That's the main thing. Is the gun is, it's a $300 gun, $350 gun, and nothing at all in here I would say looks cheap. The polymer frame is, it's basic. It doesn't have some of the features like the reversible magazine release and everything, but it's still great quality. Barrel stainless steel, great barrel. I love the barrel. Everything feeds reliably. And here's the other way they cut corners. I was going to show you. It's a polymer guide rod. You know, I'm not super crazy about it, but some people, I guess, might like it. And if you look inside here, no machining marks whatsoever. It's quite beautifully machined, I must say. Quite a beautiful piece of steel, in my opinion. I like it quite a bit. So easy to put back together. Everything goes in the same way as a Glock. Make sure everything's straight here. Yeah. Like I said, 200 rounds or so through it. Function flawlessly. That's with 4 or 5 different types of ammo. Great all-around gun. Extremely accurate. If you watch Hickok's video, he does some shooting with it, and his shooting's pretty impressive from the distances he's at. Especially when you consider the price of this gun. When compared to something like the Glocks or the M&Ps. This gun's going to be every bit as reliable. It's a 4-inch barrel, if I haven't said that already. Not really sure what else to say about it, if there is anything else. Functions perfectly. You do have a sight window here, if you can see it. Or, a loaded chamber indicator. And it's just a window to see if there's brass in there or not. Gun functions perfectly. I love it. Feels great in the hand. It does have some snappy recoil, being a 40 and being a lightweight 40 at that. I think I already said this, but it's about 23 ounces. And great all-around gun. I would highly recommend it, especially if you're looking for a carry gun that's, full size, or some people call it a compact at a 4-inch barrel. Great carry gun. I love carrying it. It's quite light until you put, 14 or 15 rounds in it, and then it's pretty heavy. But very reliable, very accurate, and great value all around. So I would highly recommend this gun. I am a Smith & Wesson fan. Always have been and probably always will be, so I am a bit biased. But even if you're not a Smith fan, I would say you would really like this gun. It is quite a good gun. Great shooting gun. It's fun to shoot. It's not one that you don't want to shoot. You don't want to practice with. Fun gun to shoot. And like I said, I've shot it side by side next to the M&P Shield in 40, which my dad has. And Shield does have a better trigger, but the Shield's also thinner, so it makes it a little more uncomfortable to shoot, but not a huge deal. But this thing does shoot very, very good. I will have to say that. Quite accurate. Quite a great gun. I'm sure there's other things I wanted to say about it. As far as the ammo I fed through it is Remington, Winchester white box, cheap stuff like that. I've got Hornady Critical Defense that I'll be using soon. I haven't shot any of that yet. But it's fed everything flawlessly. Great gun all around. Highly recommended. And if I think of anything else to say, I'm sure there's stuff I forgot. I'll try to post it in comments or description. Thanks for watching, guys.